Hey there, and welcome to Crochet Therapy. I'm Barbara, your host for this episode of Morning Coffee and Crochet, and this is our TGIF episode. Yes, we're very thankful for Friday. Very thankful. And I hope that you have been having a wonderful week. I hope that things have gone well for you, and yay! Let me see. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let me turn my volume down on my phone. And let me see what the temp is out there. It is cold, but this morning there's no frost on the ground. Yesterday there was an incredible covering of frost. Good morning, Miguel. How are you, my dear? How are you? Hot black coffee in your cup. That is yummy. Oh my, so it's 37 degrees Fahrenheit out there, and it is going to be rainy today. Oh my goodness, periods of rain and drizzle early this morning, mostly cloudy and chilly. Oh, forecast highlights a coating to 1 inch of snow Sunday night. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. So Sunday night, we might be getting snow. All right. Well. That will be interesting. Very interesting. So let me put my phone up. I've gotten my use out of it. Let me see. I don't want to put it there. Ugh. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Carl says, hey, back. Miguel says it's 41 and gray and damp here. Yeah, it's really gray here too. I don't know. It's like you can't even see the sky. It's just solid gray. It's a light gray, like a whitish gray. So, it's been a busy week for you and you have things to do today. Yes, today is one of the days this week that I don't have anything other than this live planned. I don't know, Miguel. I I wonder where everyone is too. They're probably still sleeping. Probably still sleeping. Yes. I know. You're the Lone Ranger here. Oh, well. Maybe somebody else will show up and they'll say good morning to me, and that will be fine. That will be fine. So I have been doing some things. I have been putting pom-poms on all of my beanies, and I've been tying them with this jute. And so what I did, I just like took a crochet hook and pulled some jute through, and then I just tied a knot at the top like that. So it's very, very rustic. It's not hey Cree, hello, how are you? It's not it doesn't have a ribbon or anything, but it's, to me, I just really like it. I like it. So anyway, here's the little beanie, one of the little beanies that I've made pom-poms for. And I think I still have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 that I still need to make pom-poms for. Aren't they cute? I mean, they're cuter with pom-poms, don't you think? Yeah. I mean, they really just look like a hat. This one, you're not sure what it is, right? What is that? Is that a fingerless mitten? Or, what is that? Anyway, the pom-pom just really dresses it up and makes it look really super nice. So here we have that. I'm sorry, I've got the sniffles this morning. And so I have most of the all but 5 I have hangers on. So here is the mitten, and the mittens are super cute. I've got them on our tree. We've given out, I believe, all of the ornaments that I'm going to give out this year. I believe I have given them all out that I'm going to give out. So let me grab this really quick. So I do have 5 more pom-poms to make. And I thought I might sit here and make them while we chatted, but I want to show you this really quick. So at my Hobby Lobby, they have, let's see, they have some buttons. And now these buttons, let's see, this one says it was $2.29. And you can see there's 6 buttons in there, and they're really, really cute. Hey, Patty Myers, how are you? You're making walking balls? Please tell me what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm very interested. Yeah. Good morning, Patty Myers. How are you? I hope that you're having a great day. Thanks for saying hello to me this morning. So, like, this one had $2.29 on it, and I saw them online, and they were 99 cents. Excuse me. This one is a natural color. So you see we have the dark color, and then this one is natural, $2.29. And then this one is, I think because this one is a little bit smaller, it is $1.99, and this one is kind of more like an oak. So you see I have 3 different colors here: walnut, natural, and kind of oak color. But there was a sign that said, I think it was like $2.99 and below, or like $1.99 to $2.99 or $3.99. I don't know. They were all 99 cents. So these were 99 cents, even though, the wrapper says $2.29 and $1.99. It says always 99 cents. And then the ones that were higher, it had a little, parameter there. And hey, Barbara Riggle Baker, how are you? You're working on a penguin? That's awesome. That's awesome. So then those buttons were $1.99. So these 3 that I got, these colors, were all just 99 cents for 6 buttons. So that wasn't bad because, the thing is they all match. So you can use them on one project. So for my my farmhouse Christmas tree skirt that looks like a sweater, it needs 5 to 6 buttons depending on how large I go, right? And so I have 6 buttons of each of these colors, and I can, once I get that done, I can like lay them out and see which one works best. I wasn't sure. Barbara Riggle Baker, what kind of penguin are you making? Are you making a big amigurumi penguin, like a toy for a child? Or are you making smaller ones for like a shelf? Or are you making ornaments? That's really nice. I know, Patty, I love buttons too. I really do. I really do. And Patty Barker's here. So we have Patty Myers and Patty Barker. Yay. That is awesome. Ah, my coffee is so good today. I can tell, though, it's going to cool down really fast. It's going to cool down really, really fast. Oh, my goodness. So, how is everyone this morning? I have my regular hot coffee with a little bit of half and half. Let me see. Miguel has black coffee in his cup. And let's see, did anybody else tell me what they were drinking this morning? I know you were working a Christmas ball with feet. Oh, is it like a Christmas bauble, a Christmas ball to go on the tree with feet? Oh my goodness. That sounds fun. Aw, that's sweet. So Barbara says a smaller one for a friend who wanted it instead of a snowman. That is really cute. Aw, that is so nice. Aloha, Naomi. Hi, my sweet friend. How are you today? I hope that you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. Don't worry about being late. Listen, life happens, right? And we are living our life and we, you know, we do what we can do, right? Oh, Patty Barker just finished a French vanilla coffee. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And Naomi just got her first coffee of the day. That's awesome. That is awesome. Oh no, you had fasting labs. Oh, yucky, yucky. Well, at least you got to go early, right? And you didn't have to wait. Like sometimes you have like later appointments, right? Mm, Miguel, oh no. He bought a chicken breast, and when he opened it to wash it off before cooking, one of them had mold on it. You called the store, and they don't care because you don't have the receipt. Oh, oh no. Oh, nuts. That's terrible. That's terrible. I hate when that happens. I really do. Really, really. Cree Designs, she's got a cappuccino coffee. Yummy. Oh my goodness. And Naomi has a cinnamon coffee. Yummy, 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 yummy. Guess what? So I had on Wednesday, I had I had to go and get an iron infusion. Okay. I have two left. So, because it was a series of five. Oh, you have water and you're making hot cocoa, hot chocolate. Yummy, Barbara Regal Baker. Yummy. Okay, Naomi, you be safe while you're driving and try not to talk to too many people on the road. Okay. So, Wednesday afternoon, I had to, excuse me, I had to go get my iron infusion. After that, I needed to go to Hobby Lobby to find these buttons, and I found them. I found three of them. So, three different colors. So, hey, three different kinds. And even though their price tags are like $2.29 and $1.99, they were all 99 cents. They were all on sale. So, look at those colors. So, I couldn't resist. I got all three colors because I didn't know which one would look best on my tree skirt, my Christmas tree skirt, right? So I did that. And so, first thing though, I went left, and that's where all the Christmas decorations and the Christmas housewares and everything Christmas. So they have Christmas mugs and Christmas cookie jars and Christmas, oh, they have Christmas trays, and they're metal, and they just have some really cute designs on them. Um, they have Christmas ornaments and Christmas little dishes and just everything Christmas, right? So it was just husband and I. And so I just, indulged myself a little bit, and I just quietly, walked down each aisle and just looked at all the things and just thought, this is so cute. Everything was 50% off in the Christmas. Everything Christmas was 50% off, which was nice. And so then we went down the aisle where the wreaths were. And oh my goodness, those wreaths are expensive. There was one that was not really very elaborate. It did look real though, and it felt like rubbery, like it was different than just a plastic one. So maybe the quality is a little bit higher, but it was $100 for a wreath. And even with 50% off, I'm not paying $50 for a wreath. I wanted to pay $10 or $7. You know what I mean? So I just don't have that money to spend on one wreath. That's just not in the budget. And so because I wanted to get a wreath or something for our kitchen door. We have French doors. And so I needed two, one for each of the French doors. And then I wanted to get something for the front door. And so that would have been three things. So what I ended up finding, there was a metal, it was so pretty too. It was a metal, um, and it was painted, and it had poinsettias at the top. And then hanging down from the poinsettias was a sign that was kind of like a ribbon sign, right? Like this, kind of it flowed. And it said Merry Christmas. And it was all bright red, all bright red. And our front door is a dark door. So I thought, wouldn't that look pretty? Wouldn't that look stunning? This bright red poinsettia and then the bright red sign that's hanging from it looks stunning on our front door. And so I had to ask a worker there if they knew where I could find the over the door hangers, the kind that just like go over the door and then they come down and then they do like a little J right here so that you can hook things on. And so she helped me. We found them, and they have these really nice ones. They're like a faux leather wrap over the metal so it doesn't scratch your door. And they had white, black, and red. So for the front door, since that sign was red, all red, it was so beautiful. I got a red over the door hanger so it all matches, right? And I could have gone with a black one because our door is really dark brown, but I thought, no, let me just embrace the red. So we did the red. And then for the kitchen doors, I found a wooden sign that said, it was white and it said Merry Christmas on it. And then I also found a snowman. It was like the outline of the snowman, and it was with grapevine, and then it had a little hat on it and a little red bow, and it was just really cute. So they both would hang. So I got, since our doors are white, I got a white hanger for those. So now we have, we have fun signs for the kitchen door and a beautiful sign for the front door. And they were on sale 50% off. And those were, they ended up being $7 a piece. So that was much better than $50 a piece, don't you think? So anyway, $7 a piece. And then the hangers, they were on sale. They were like $3 a piece. They were not a bad price. And then we don't have a topper for our tree, so I found one, and it's a really pretty snowflake. It is so heavy. It's 50% off. It was only $7 also. I don't know what it is about this $7 thing. But apparently all the things that I found were like in the $14 range, so they were all $7, 50% off. And I thought, oh, how cute. That's going to look so cute. We tried to put it on the tree, and it's so heavy. It just went like that. Tried to hook it to like because it's an artificial tree, hook it to the pole, like bend down the branches and kind of like put it on the pole. Still didn't work. So we have a really pretty tree topper that just will not work. So I think I'm going to have to just like put that maybe on the top of the buffet and just let it be an ornament or something like that, something ornamental. I don't know. So we still don't have a topper for the tree. I'm thinking about crocheting something. Do y'all have any ideas for the topper of a tree, of a Christmas tree? I would love to see. If you have any ideas, share them with me. So I have to put my glasses on so I can read. Oh, let's see. Yay! Ah, oh no. You had two doctor appointments back to back this morning and you called yesterday to reschedule. You're not up to going to any doctors. That's good. I'm glad that you rescheduled. I have been there where like you have to go to a doctor appointment, but you're too sick to go to the doctor appointment. I get it. I totally get it. Oh my goodness. Um, oh, tomorrow, 9 to 5, is our city annual arts festival. Usually over 200 vendors, crochet, knit, beading, painting, ceramics, quilts. That sounds fun. Miguel, do you brave the crowds and go out to the festival? I hope. Ah, okay. Oh, okay. You're not going to. You've been twice through the years, and they don't give the vendors enough space, as well as not enough space for people to walk through. Yeah, yeah, that's something else. So, the town that I moved from in Florida, they have held a festival of the arts every November since the late 80s. So I remember the first time they had the Festival of the Arts because I went to that one and it was fun. I was young. My boys were young. We went through, we got, hamburgers and we had all kinds of fun things. And and I just remember walking through the festival and just really enjoying all the stuff. And oh, wow. And so anyway, I eventually stopped going because it just got so big. Um, Miguel says Michael's has very nice wreaths, the fake wreaths. Yes, that's what I want. I want fake. $5 plain, but you could dress it up. And I plan on getting one today. And you wait and see let's wait and see how you bring it to life. That will be great. Are you going to crochet for your wreath? I don't know. Barbara says, went to Hobby Lobby to get a second Stitch and Scrump kit. Stitch and Scrump. Mm. Because the first didn't have enough yarn, ended up getting the kit plus the penguin kit. And you also got a Grinch kit. It was half off. Oh, I hope they all have enough yarn. Yes. A Stitch and Scrump. Let me see. Stitch and Scrump. Okay, let's see. Wow. Oh, cool. Stitch and Scrump. And then you got a Grinch. Okay, that's awesome. Yay. Okay. Oh, did you have a $7? Yes, I had a $7 type of day. I know. Ooh, do a ribbon. Do a ribbon? That's interesting for the top of the tree. I'm not sure I could. Well, I could probably crochet a ribbon, right? Ooh, crochet an angel. Oh, so I could crochet a ribbon. I could crochet an angel. And Miguel says Carl. Put Carl on top of the tree. Oh, my Lanta. You are so funny. You are so funny. Oh my gosh. Um, crochet an angel, star, or cross. I could. I could totally crochet any of those. Um, probably. No way, Miguel. Tractor Supply has a chicken tree topper on sale, and they have solar chickens for the yard on sale. Oh, you wonder if Tractor Supply. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that they did. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, you know, hmm, let me think about this for a second. Now, I could definitely crochet an angel. I could do that no problem because you just do, the skirt and then that would fit down over, right? Hmm. And then do a ball for the head and then do some wings. Well, I could do a star. I could do a star and then make it 3D and stuff it. Hmm. Well, let me think about this. Pipe cleaners for supports. I could. I could definitely do that. And I have pipe cleaners. Do you know that they're called, what are they called now? They're called, I don't know. Can't think. Miguel says, I need to crochet me a housekeeper that comes to life. It would be the new Christmas story, right? You know how Frosty the Snowman came to life when they put the hat on his head? Well, if you put the feather duster in her hand, she comes to life. Isn't that funny? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is funny. Too funny. So, yeah, let me go ahead and I've got a couple more. So, this is kind of one of the boring jobs to do, right? Is to make, well, it's not really boring. It's just, it can be tedious. Let me see. Where did it go? Here we go. Here we go. Okay. So I showed you all of these. Ta-da. Ta-da. And ta-da. Yes. So I showed you all of those. Now I have a few more pom-poms to make, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that right now while we are sitting here together. Because it's always easier to do things when I'm chatting with friends. So tell me, I'll use a zip tie for attaching to the tree. That's nice. Coffee makes you loopy. Miguel. Thank you, Patty. Thank you. I had so much fun making those, and I'm so glad that oh no, pom-poms. Yes, you know what, Miguel? I'm gonna make you a whole big bag of pom-poms and just mail them to you. And you'll like them. You know what I did one time? I made a pom-pom wreath. I need to make one for my youngest granddaughter. I haven't made her one. I think what I'll do let me put this down just a little bit so that you can see. Oh, do you want to see my shirt? So here's my shirt for today. It's a snowman. It's a snowman. So I found all of my shirts, my Christmas shirts. Remember how I said I always like misplace a shirt and then I find it right after Christmas? Well, I found all of my shirts except for the blue one with a snowman. And I think I might have another one with a tree. I'm not sure. It's terrible because I can't remember all of them that I have. But okay, so yesterday we took Dobby to the vet, and poor little Dobby is my cat. He's my big bruiser cat. He always used to be so big, and now he has lost so much weight. He's back down to 17 pounds. Back down. He was 17 pounds when he was a kitten. He was always a big cat. So Yeah. So it's, you know, I'm a little bit sad that he is now, let's see, let me finish this. There we go. Sorry about that. That he is now down to 17 pounds because um, I feel like he's going to lose so much weight, um, and he's not going to be healthy anymore. Now, when we first took him to the vet was like, "Oh, good, he's losing weight," and I'm like, "No, that's not good. That's not a good sign because he had lost so much weight." Which is one of the reasons why we brought him in because he was losing weight. Found out that he's diabetic, and so he's been on insulin, but it hasn't been bringing his blood sugar down. Yesterday at the vet, they got his blood sugar reading. It was 399, which obviously is not good. It's supposed to be, 120, she said. For a kitty, 120 would be really good. So anyway, sorry, I'm gonna hold it like this. So, but they can only change his insulin in really, really, really small increments because he is a small little cat. So they started him out at 1 unit of insulin twice a day, and then they upped it to 1.5, and then 2 and 2.5. And so now he's on 3 units twice a day. And so we're hoping that that will help. She said the maximum for a kitty his size would be 5 units. Um, and and I was like, oh, I didn't realize, that it would be such a small amount. And she's like, yeah, when you think about it, he's just 1/10 of a human size. So, for him, it's a big deal. 5 units would be a really big deal. So that's the maximum on the units for him. But anyway, he's such a good kitty. And so we did that, and then we came home and I made some pom-poms and we watched some Hallmark Christmas movies, right? And so there's some movies with Ashley Williams, and she is Kimberly Williams Paisley's sister. And Kimberly Williams Paisley is married to Brad Paisley, the country music singer. And also she was the actress on well, let's see, she had her own show, According to Jim, I think it was. And then also she was in the movie Father of the Bride. She was the daughter in the Father of the Bride with I think it was Diane Keaton and the Wild and Crazy Guy. I'm a wild and crazy guy. That guy. You know, I don't know if you can remember his name. Anyway, he's in Murders Only in the Building or something like that. And so anyway, she has some really good movies out. And so we saw one, it was called Christmas in the Alpines. That was a good movie. I don't know if you have access to watching some of the movies like this, but it was a really good movie. And they went to the Swiss Alps, and I'm not going to, mess it up, but I love those movies where they have destinations because they're like Christmas in Scotland and Christmas in Montana and Christmas in the Smoky Mountains and all of that, right? And I just really like those. Really, really like those. So, okay, I think that's enough. Alrighty. So one down. Woo woo. I think 3 or 4 to go. Let me get a definite number. Okay. And then I shake it out. And as you can see, it is not perfect and it doesn't look pretty. And so I'm going to just shape it a little bit. Shape it, shape it. And this is where you're going to have to, this is the part you're going to have to like eventually just tell yourself to stop, because you can shape it so much until all you have is a little nubbin. And yeah, you don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that. But you do want to get the obvious out of the way, right? Yeah. And also remember that it's going to be on your tree. And so it's okay if it's a little, extra special. Okay, let's see. How many do I need? I have 1, 2, 3. Nobody likes the yellow, so I'm going to be putting those on my tree. Nobody likes the yellow, but I wanted a brighter color for my tree, so I did yellow, and I knew nobody would like it. 4 and 5. So, okay, so I need 4 more. Can you believe it? 4 more. I'm still working on these ornaments, but the good news is that I'm almost done, and all of them have been given out. So Wednesday, oh, I didn't tell you, Wednesday when I went to the, I know I said something Wednesday night in the live on Wednesday night, but I didn't tell you in the morning coffee and crochet. So Wednesday when I went to the iron infusion, I took my little white basket and I put some of my ornaments in there, and I took them and I gave them out, and they loved them. One of the girls, though, she came in to the iron infusion room and she's like, "Did y'all get your knitted ornaments?" Knitted ornaments. I told them that was crochet. I didn't correct her because she was across the room and she was so excited and so sweet about it. So I just let her go, and they're all like, "Yeah, we got ours." Because none of them know the difference, right? They're like, whatever, it all means knitted. So yeah. Anyway, I was shocked because I took like 12 ornaments there, and there are 3 or 4 nurses in the infusion area. So I thought, well, okay. And then there's usually 2 girls at the front, 2 nurses at the front, right? And so I thought, well, 6, I'll double that. I'll take 12. And wouldn't you know it, there was another nurse standing at the front on the other side of the counter, on the counter side where I was, right? And she was talking to the girls there. And so when I was like, I made these ornaments and if you would like them, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, they're so cute," and blah blah blah. The one girl was so bold. She was like, and they were like, "We'll pay you for them." And I'm like, "No, these are, gifts. I just brought them so that y'all could, have some gifts." And the one nurse, she's like, "Oh, I'm going to take pink because, pink is whatever." And then she was like, she was saying, "Oh, and I'm going to take this one for Tracy and this one for Carla." She took 3, 2 for 2 girls in the back. So, oh well. And so it turned out that there was only 1 left in the basket by the time I got done in the back at the infusion, and it turned out okay. But it's so funny. It was so funny because they all just kind of went crazy over them, and it was nice just to give somebody something that they weren't expecting anything, and it was just sharing something, sharing a gift, a crochet my gift of crochet in a gift form to other people. I love making these pom-poms with this pom-pom maker. This is a clover pom-pom maker. And you only spoke to one person on the drive home, Naomi? That's good. That's good. Oh my goodness. Racine, hello. Hello. How are you, Racine? I hope you're having a good day. And so, yeah, I'm making pom-poms. I don't know if you've ever made a pom-pom with the clover pom-pom maker, but it's super easy. And the only rule is you have to have super sharp scissors. And I am so thankful for these scissors. These scissors came, and see how they look like a guitar? Isn't that cool? And these scissors came in a Christmas Advent box a couple years ago that I did with Hobie. And they are super, super sharp. So I really do like these scissors. I tried using some of my Fiskars because I couldn't find these. Like, I mean, I misplaced it for 5 seconds, okay? And so I couldn't find those. And so I tried using my Fiskars. Oh my gosh. It was like trying to, you know, it was like trying to cut a loaf of bread with a butter knife. It was not happening. Not happening. So then what you do is you take your yarn and you wrap it around the loop there and you tie it and you pull it really, 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 really tight. And then you go to the other side and you tie the other side. And pull it really tight. And then I usually do, well, with this small one, I usually only do 2 ties because it's such a small pom-pom. So I do that. And then you just open these up, open that up, and then open this side up. And then you can just pop this off. And you have a pom-pom. And I just usually shake it out and then see, yeah. See, with these smaller ones, because it's such a small, tight space, you can sometimes get really, really out of shape. So you just trim it up a little bit. And then this, you just pop this back on and start again. I love these. I love these pom-pom makers. Hi, Blair. How are you? Ooh, Racine is having a great day. She left Wisconsin, going to Tampa, Florida. You'll be there tomorrow until Monday. Yay! That's awesome. Awesome. And let's see. She loves the pom-pom maker. Oh, you made 3 pom-poms yesterday. Yes. I have all different sizes of pom-poms, and I even bought the really big pom-pom maker. And that was like a standalone pom-pom maker because it was huge. So I have all the sizes, and I have a couple of the same sizes because one time I couldn't find my pom-pom makers. So I ended up getting another kit. Most of the pom-pom maker kits come with 2 pom-pom makers in 2 different sizes. And so you have like 1, 2, 3, 4. Is there 5, 6, or is there just the 4? And then I got one that was like huge, really big. I love my pom-pom makers too, Naomi. Oh yeah, thank you. Naomi says, don't forget to hit that like button for our hostess. Yay! Thank you. And let's see. So yeah, we've been watching Hallmark Christmas movies. Oh, we saw this one. It was really cute. It was about two active duty Marines, and they so their camp, I think it was Camp Pendleton, um, was snowed in, and so the families there were not getting Christmas because the deliveries were all canceled because of the snow. So they were assigned to go and pick up the presents for all of these families. It was just a fun movie. And so anyway, that one was a new movie from this year. So two down, three more to go. Um, oh, yes, yes. Miguel says my late mom used to make pom poms using cardboard. She would wrap yarn around like a million times. Yes, you can make pom poms with cardboard. Definitely. That is a very inexpensive way. This way is easier for me. Um, but yes, the cardboard, you definitely can do that. Definitely. I used to have a hard time figuring out how to do that. But yes, definitely. Definitely. So with this, you just open up one side and you wrap the yarn. At one time I made a wreath, and I made it took 80 pom-poms of various sizes. So I made all different kinds of sizes, and 80 pom-poms, and then I hot glued it to this styrofoam wreath base. And so it was pinks and whites and grays and all different shades of pinks, and so anyway, it was really pretty. And then I found a cutout of the letter N, and I hung it from the center for Nicole, for my granddaughter, my first granddaughter. I made that for her. And then I never made one for my second granddaughter because by then I was off of the pom poms. 2020 had hit. My first granddaughter was born in 2017, and my second granddaughter was born in 2020, April. So, you know how crazy that time was. That was really an unfortunate time because it really, um, I think it contributed to a lot of family issues that in it, not just in my family, but in all over, because of the different mandates and things, and you know, people were really not making it through, and so there were so many things that, so many factors, right? Um, anyway, we're not the first generation to have to go through a pandemic, um, and we probably won't be the last. But I sure am glad that the worst of that is over. That pandemic kind of changed the trajectory of the world in some ways, not that great. Okay, let's see. People were isolated. There's higher anxiety, and yeah, it just made it really difficult on people. And so I am glad that that is over. Okay, now I have to do a tie, wrap it around and do a tie. Doop. Yes, my grandson is my oldest. My grandson, believe it or not, will be 16 in February. So he was the baby that made me a grandma. Oh, what a special time, and I love that boy so much. Oh my goodness. I don't get to see him very often, but I sure do love him. And man, he was just the most adorable little boy. And he is growing into a very fine young man. He has his learner's permit now, and so he's practicing his driving. All right. And then along came the two little girls. And, I had two sons. And so, like, I didn't have any little girls to, play dolls with or to read, girly stories to or anything. I read stories to my boys, and I had a great time with my boys. I love my boys. Um, but, when the girls came along, I was a little bit at a loss because I didn't really know, like, what do you do with little girls? Like, do you go shopping? Do you, what do you do? I don't know. So, anyway, the fun news is that these little girls like to do a lot of things that the little boys like to do, like play in the mud, play with cars. They do like to play with dolls, which is fun. And see, here I thought, well, I'm going to be the fun grandma and I'm going to buy, at every special, like at a special occasion, like either Christmas or birthday, I was going to make it easy on myself and just buy them an American Girl doll so that they could have a collection of American Girl dolls. Well, turns out the girls didn't want a collection of American Girl dolls. So, like, they were not happy, and I was like, a little disappointed because my expectation of being able to, you know, share my love of dolls with them uh, kind of fell through. But anyway, you know, kids are kids. They like what they like, and you just gotta go with it. Mm. So my grandson likes technology. Um, uh, true, true. On the good side of time of pandemic, YouTube community grew, people connected, and many have stayed connected. That is true because I would not have done a YouTube channel if it hadn't been for the pandemic. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. And you know, everybody that connected and the Yarny community that came together and everything, that was one of the good things that came out of it. Definitely. Definitely. Patty Myers said, I never wanted my own girls. I was blessed with boys I loved on my nieces. Yes. It's so funny because when I was, a teenager and I would babysit, boys and girls, I had come to the conclusion that I really enjoyed watching boys better than watching girls. And so I always said, it was like I would always say, um, I asked God for boys, because boys, they'll just like they'll hit you to your face, and you say, "You just hit me," and they'll go, "Yeah, I just hit you." But girls will go behind your back and they'll hit you, and you'll say, "Did you just hit me?" And they'll go, "No, I didn't just hit you." So anyway, I always said, so I want boys because I can deal with that. And so I did. I had two boys, and I thoroughly enjoyed, having boys. But and I was relieved actually that I didn't have any girls. But then when it came time for grandchildren, I was like, well, we had the grandson first and everything, and he was amazing. And the little boy that made me a grandma, and I loved that. But then when it came time for the second grandchild, I was like, I really want a girl this time because you know, I want to experience that girlness thing. But anyway, so I don't know who's easier, boys or girls, but I mean, we're all great, right? Ah, I'm the famous fun aunt. That's awesome, Patty Myers. That's awesome. That is so good. I love that. I really do. I love it, love it, love it. Ugh. So cutting these pom-poms and everything, and like trimming them up, I have all this little tiny fur stuff, and it's like it's getting in my nose and tickling my nose. So that's why I keep like rubbing my nose. So funny. So funny. Um okay, so I have 3 of these made. I have 2 more to go. 2 more to go. I can do this. I can do this. How boring is this to watch me make pom-poms? So I really do like the Clover pom-pom maker. I was given another pom-pom maker at one point, or it came in like, I don't know. I don't know how I got it, but I could not figure out how to make it work. Um, there is a learning curve to the pom-pom maker, but it's not hard. Um, and there are videos to show you if you do um, feel overly challenged with how to make the pom-poms. Um, but yeah, so you just wrap, 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 and you got to be careful with the smaller one because you, it really does matter how you wrap it, because if you don't get on the sides, then you're going to have a lumpy or misshapen um, pom pom. If you put too much yarn on there, you're not going to be able to close this. If you don't put enough, it's going to be, scraggly. Um, but oh, thank you, Naomi. Thank you. Naomi says I'm not boring. Well, you know, thank you for saying that. Thank you for being kind. Um, and that's probably what you're doing, is being kind. Okay. So, oh, I didn't tell you what I did. So after going to Hobby Lobby, my husband's blood sugar was dropping. So we needed to get something to eat. And so, because it was dropping a little bit dangerously low. And so we could have gone through, a fast food place, and we named all the options and everything, but we were going through downtown Morristown because our doctors are over in that county. And so, and my infusion was over in that county. So, and that's where we went to Hobby Lobby, was in Morristown. So anyway, we were going through downtown Morristown, and I was like, well, what about Between the Bricks? And hubby was like, yes, let's go there. So we went there, and it's a little deli in downtown Morristown, and it's the place where last year they had the most exquisite peppermint mocha latte. It was a peppermint mocha latte, and I just loved it so much. And so anyway, um I was like, "Oh yeah, let's go there. Let's get a peppermint mocha latte." And so Naomi, you make me chuckle. And so anyway, um we were going to get a sandwich cuz it's a deli. They just do sandwiches. They don't, they don't have anything. They have like little sides, like you could get like with your sandwich comes with chips, but you could also, get like a little potato salad or a little pasta salad. I mean, little, when I say little, I mean little. But anyway, um, the sandwiches are filling enough. All you need is just a drink, and the chips. So anyway, we got a sandwich. I got one called Big Daddy. So the Big Daddy had turkey, ham, beef, provolone cheese. It called for pepper jack, but I added provolone cheese. And it has spinach and sliced tomatoes and mayo. And so that was the Big Daddy. And you can get it on ciabatta, multigrain, sourdough, or bagel. Sometimes they have bagels, not all the time. So when you go in, if you think that you might want a bagel, ask them first, do you have bagels today? And then they'll look. If they have a bagel, that is a really, really yummy option for the sandwich. I've had the ciabatta, I've had the bagel, I've had the sourdough, and the multigrain, and they're all good. So there's not any one of them that's not good. So that day I had the sourdough, and I asked her, did she have the peppermint mocha cappuccino or peppermint mocha latte? That's what it was. And she was like, oh no, we don't have that. And I'm like, oh, we had it last year and it was so good. It was your special. And I've been talking about that to people for like the last year, saying how good it was and everything. And she's like, oh no, we don't have the peppermint. And so they didn't have the peppermint flavoring. And apparently their machine was down for making lattes. So their espresso machine was down. So the only thing that they could make was cold coffees, which it was a cold day. I was, I had gotten the iron infusion. We had gone shopping at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, I needed something hot to drink. So she said, I can make you a chai latte, a chai tea, or a hot cocoa. And I was like, hot cocoa. So we got a hot cocoa, and that was the best hot cocoa I have ever had. It tasted like pure chocolate river gold. I mean, it was just so good. And it really was. So I didn't dare finish it because I knew that it probably had a ton of sugar in it. But boy, was that good. It was rich. It was creamy. It was just so good. Sometimes I think these are a little lumpy looking, right? Hmm. So, okay, one more, and I'll have all of my pom-poms made. That is great. That is really great. So, yeah. So I was disappointed. I told him, I said, you know, I have people, when I'm on YouTube, there are people that are in different states around, the United States, and they have family in East Tennessee area, and they've actually eaten here at Between the Bricks. And so she told me that there Candace Cameron Bure came to a local church. Oh, this fuzz is really getting to me. Oh my gosh. And so anyway, Candace Cameron Bure had come to a local church. She had a small tour. And by small, I mean, I think she went to like 4 or 5 different places. And Morristown, Tennessee was one of them, which is amazing. So she called it Knoxville on her channel because it's right outside of Knoxville. And that way people would know what area of the country, um, you know, they were, she was talking about. Whew. Like so much dust, so much yarn dust. Okay. So anyway, they said that they got to cater her stay there. And so anyway, they catered it and they were so excited. And so she said she told the owner, we got to cater to a celebrity. And so that was really fun for them. So the famous girl who made Oh My Lanta famous was a speaker. I tried getting tickets, but by the time I heard about it, they were already sold out. So, all right. Oh, this one's going to be lumpy. And I'll tell you why. Because look, this side is that thick and this side is that thick. Can you see the difference? I don't know if you can see the difference, but one side is thicker than the other, which means that one side is going to have more yarn than the other side. So it's going to look lumpy on one side, which is a shame, but it happens. And that's why I have to trim and why I get all those fuzzies in my nose. Okay. So last one year when I was in Florida and I was making so many pom-poms, and it was a hurricane. There was hurricane season, and I was making so many pom-poms during that hurricane season to keep my anxiety at bay that I actually made a callus on my finger from wrapping the yarn. Yeah. Yupper. Okay. Last one to tie. Oh, that's right. That's what made it. Because when I was tying it, oh, sorry. I have to put this down here. So when I tie the yarn right here, it was making a callus on my finger from all of the tying. And so anyway, yeah, I got a callus from making pom-poms. And really, you can make hundreds of pom-poms this size with just one skein of yarn. These pom-poms are so small. Ugh, yarn dust that you can make a ton of them. All right. That's my last one. Yay. Oh. Unless I break down and make more, which I don't think I will because what I well, I have a lot of beanies, and a lot of mittens, and I don't have many stockings. Um, okay. Okay. So you see how it like sticks out right over there? Yeah. So here we go. Okay. Mhm. Yeah. Can you see how lumpy it looks? Oh my goodness. Okay. The thing is, if you start cutting and cutting and cutting, you can just go too far with the cutting. You really can. So, there we go. It's not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so now all I do is see this started with a magic circle right in there, right there. Started with a magic circle. And so I will, on either side of the magic circle, I will insert one of these strings and down on each side of the magic circle, and then I will pull the strings through and tie it really tight. And then what that does is that tightens the pom-pom on the top of the beanie nice and tight. And I tie like three knots in there, and then I cut the yarn. So that's the way I do the pom-poms in a hat. So that's the easy way to do that. And then I just take the jute and put it through the back and give that a tie, and that's done too. So a little bit of tying and I'll be done with that. So that's fun. So how is everyone doing? Are you hanging in there? Oh my Lanta, look at this. I don't know if you can see, but I have snow. Look, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, goodness gracious. Woo. All right. Well, it is time for me to go. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I hope that you have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. I'll see you Sunday on the Sunshine Crochet Gals on Naomi's channel, Aloha Crochet with Naomi. And that's going to be 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then I'll see you again on Monday morning at 9 a.m. for the morning coffee and crochet. So I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. You're right, Naomi. It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So stay safe, be kind, and get hooking. And much love to everybody. And until I see you again, stay safe.